Hey, happy days. It's Deb D here. Happy Wednesday, happy November, and happy birthday month to Big Life Magic. The month of November is our birthday month. 2020, new moon in November on a beach in Barbados is when I officially launched Big Life Magic. So we're now 3. And all month long, we're going to be celebrating 3 years of bringing magic through a whole heap of different portals and the creation of our magic community. So today, as our launch into the magic, I'm going to share a story because I believe stories are magic in how they can move the magic within us, particularly in our mind and in our muscle memory. So I've been working in magic for, 30 years, beginning with my first deck of tarot cards back in the day when I really didn't know much, but I really wanted to. And just as long, almost just as long, I've also been working in storytelling. And the thing that's amazing about storytelling is stories will activate every single part of your brain. Our brains officially light up, that's magic itself, right? And then the other thing that stories will do is they will activate your sense memories, and they create this portal through somebody else's world into your memories or your love lessons or your life challenges. And when we're in the company of stories, we can have this catalyst moment of being able to view our own stories in new ways. So today, I'm going to share with you a very special story, a true story of mine, which is one of an amazing, deep, magical lesson that I have learnt and that I continue to return to, which, in fact, I'm even reminded of needing to return to that this week. This one repeats, my friends. So today we're going to be sharing the story, Trick or Treat, the Choice. Now, at the end, I'm going to tell you more about the birthday stuff. I'm going to tell you how you can tap in today with the first birthday bonus. But let's shift into this story time. So I'm going to actually activate some magic for you now. While you're listening to the story, what I'm going to invite you to do is listen with your whole body and your whole heart. So notice where you might be feeling certain sensations or whether sense memory comes up, whether you start to see pictures in your mind, how does your body feel at different points in the story. Stay connected to your body and your senses while I'm telling the story. And the reason I'm asking you to do this is because then it's going to open you up to that portal and the catalyst that I'm talking about. Because after the story, I'm going to take us all through a little reflection around what this story could mean for you. So play along in the magical playground with me. I'm so delighted that you're here. For those who are meeting me for the first time, I'm Deb D. I'm the founder of Big Life Magic, and I am a magic weaver and an energy guide and a spiritual teacher who believes that you are the magic. So let's connect to that magic now. Breathe in with me while we prepare for story time. Now, what you need to do now, lay back, relax. It's story time. Stay connected to your senses, stay connected to your heart. And at the end of the story, let's explore this together. Trick or treat, the choice. Hey, Mum, can we go trick-or-treating this year? Now, I look down into Sage's gorgeous, squidgy little face, and I just want to say, yes, let's play. But I can't. I need to tell Sage the truth. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. Halloween's more of an American thing. We don't really do it here in Australia. I don't think anybody on our street is going to be trick-or-treating. Now, to Sage and his Asperger mind, if there's a problem, then there's a solution to be found. And Sage sets to task. It's not immediate, but after a few conversations and a day or two, he finds it, the solution, the letter. Hello, this is Sage from number 6. On the night of Halloween, me and my mum at 7 p.m. will be trick-or-treating. If you wish to join in on the fun, please leave your outside light on. I promise to only go to the houses with the outside light on. Thank you. Sage from number 6. The letter is crafted, reproduced 11 times, and then personally dropped into the mailboxes of all 11 houses on our small cul-de-sac in the deep suburbs of Australia Street. And then we wait. There's a couple of days to wait for Halloween. Sage is getting more and more excited. I'm getting more and more anxious. What if no one read the letter? What if no one's going to play along? What if there's no candy? What if Sage's heart is just about to break? It's the night of Halloween and we're standing in the living room waiting for that 7 p.m. And now Sage is dressed in his Iron Man costume, his favourite character. I'm dressed as a witch, obviously. And by now Sage has roped in Grandma, his Auntie Sans, his Auntie Liz and little cousin Bailey, who's there holding a toy bucket, big eyes, because he's been told it's going to be filled with candy. And we wait. The clock strikes 7 and Sage is out the door. He's in his full Asperger happy dance, full sound and movement, glee and delight as he makes his way to the street. And I can taste the fear and anxiety that I have. And then I reach the street and I'm able to take a big, deep breath, because when I look up the street, almost every light is on. Sage is on his way. He makes his way to the first door, knock, 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 trick or treat, and it begins. Sage and Bailey make their way from door to door to door. And it's such fun. The adults are playing along and there's lots of candy. Like there's the guy at the top of the street who wants to play with the boys, like, what's the trick? You know, there's just such fun for everybody on our small cul-de-sac street. And then we get to the last house. It's the little old lady that lives across the road. And, you know, you don't see her very much, but her outside light is on. So we go up to the last door. Knock, 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 trick or treat. The door swings open and there's that little old lady dressed head to toe in a full witch outfit, complete with pointy hat and a broom. Sage and Bailey are absolutely in awe. They are meeting a real witch and she lives across the street. Like, I didn't realise that this night could get any better. And it did. And as Sage and Bailey are making their way across the street back to our house to obviously eat all the candy, like, I have this moment of realising, wow, sometimes we do want to make the choice for the fun and the magic. We just need to be invited. 1 year later, I'm in the kitchen and I'm stirring vegetables. I've got to finish these vegetables, make sure that Sage eats them, and then get him to bed in time because I've still got work to do. I've got to finish that project proposal and I've got to get that in. I've got to get that job because the mortgage is due real soon. And I'm stirring vegetables. Hey, Mum, is it time to get ready yet? Ready for what? Well, the trick-or-treating, it's Halloween. I mean, I don't even turn away from the stove to look at him and I just say, Sage, we're not doing that this year. It's not happening. Stirring vegetables. But you said that we could go. I turn and I face Sage and I feel the fire in my belly of all of the pressure of being a single mother. And I say, well, Sage, sometimes A yes from days ago is a no today. Because I do remember I had said, oh, yeah, we can go. But it was in the fray of being busy and I'd forgotten. No, Sage, we're not going. And his whole little face, it just melted. And then the tears start brimming in the eyes. He doesn't say anything to me. He doesn't look me in the eye. He just turns and leaves the kitchen. And I'm standing there holding this spatula. And I'm just like, I'm in the horror moment of, I have done the worst thing. I am the parent who just broke my own child's heart. Damn it. So I surrender the vegetables and I make my way out of the kitchen and I find Sage. And he's sitting on the red couch and his shoulders are rolled in and his hands are in his lap and he's kind of fidgeting. And I make my way to him and I sit on the couch with him. I'm sorry, Sage. But you said that we could go. I know, buddy. I'm really sorry. Because you know, sorry is all I had. I didn't have anything else in that moment. And Sage just kind of collapsed into me and allowed the tears to fall, and I just held him for a while. And then he peels back and he looks up and he says to me, "It's okay, Mum." And I just can't, I just couldn't believe that a 10-year-old has this capacity. On the day that I have broken his heart, he's making sure that my heart is okay. And I vow in that moment, I make a promise. Next Halloween is going to be the best Halloween that Sage has ever seen or known. He'll be talking about it for years. I make a choice that I am going to make this right. 1 year later, it's Halloween again, and I am alone. Sage left months ago. In the April of this year, Sage's heart stopped in the night and his soul took flight. And I shifted from being the single mother of Sage to the grieving mother of my amazing young man. And I have a choice. Every Halloween, I have a choice. I can choose to remember the Halloween where Sage brought magic to our cul-de-sac, where he invited everyone to play, where there was absolute delight, where there was a surprise witch and the guy at the top of the street wanting to play tricks. I can remember that. Or I can make the choice to remember the Halloween where I broke my son's heart. The Halloween where I promised I would make it up and I never got the chance to. And every Halloween I am met by this choice. What will I choose? Will I choose to remember the magic and the delight? Or will I choose to remember the deep pain and the scar that is still there because I never was given the opportunity to make it right? It has now been 10 Halloweens since Sage's death, and every year I make the choice. And you get to choose too. We always get to choose. Do we choose the magic or do we choose the heartbreak? What choice will you make? True story, my friends. True story. So just staying connected to your own magic and staying connected not necessarily to the story of Sage and I and that amazing Halloween, or the Halloween where the stirring of the vegetables was just too much and there was heartbreak. For you, when have you been given a choice? And it might be connected to somebody, a particular relationship, or a time when you made a choice that was maybe not so favorable for you within the relationship. Or it could be something that's a bit more deeply personal for you. But I do know in working with people and their transformation and their magic and also their heartbreak, that we meet these moments, that our lives do come in these spirals. And they're giving us different layers of lessons so that we can understand that there's no straight lines in soul development. There's no straight lines here in us figuring out about love. Like, do I want to erase the Halloween where I broke Sage's heart? Do I wish I'd made different choices in the days leading up to that? Different choices in the moment when he asked me, can we go trick-or-treating? Absolutely, I wish I'd made a different choice. But I didn't. And so I get to make the choice now. What will I choose now? So for you, tapping into what story or memory came to life in your muscle memory or in your mind or in your heart space that you were feeling when I was sharing my story about Halloween and about the choice. Given the opportunity, would you make a new choice? Can you make a new choice today? Because this I know to be true. We're always going to have these challenges and the choices and the diversity and the contrast. It's actually designed that way for us to be in this magical playground, to learn and develop and grow through all of that challenge, diversity, and the delight and the magic. But the thing we have as earthbound humans is we always have a choice. And even if you've made a choice that maybe isn't the choice you want to make next time, can you forgive yourself for that? Is there a need to say sorry? Reflecting now on the choices that you make and knowing that in the next breath, you can make a new choice, particularly around our bigger, deeper life lessons that will repeat. We all have patterns that will repeat. And do we continue to make the same choice? Or will you make a new choice? The trick or the treat? See me? The treat is remembering Sage in that Halloween where he put the whole street alive with magic. The trick is if I'm going to fall into all of those things I never got to do with my son. That's a never-ending spiral of not going anywhere nice. And I need to rise up to the choice that raises my vibration. And I invite you to do the same today and maybe for all your days. Because this is what we get to do as magic makers. We get to make choices around where we put our energy, where we put our attention is where the magic is going to grow. And I know, like, I have spent significant amount of time making choices that maybe weren't so good for me. And maybe you have too. So today, let's all choose to make different choices or the choice that is right for you. So, itchy nose moment. My friends, what a delight to spend story time with you, trick or treat the choice. And right now, this is it. Big Life Magic is turning 3 this month. So let me tell you some things. Right now, You can tap into the magic right now. In the heart of Big Life Magic is the Big Life Magic Makers, which is the virtual community where we gather often to tap in and activate our magic. And we're talking practical and the magical. Like, how do you do the woo? How do you actually create your own Big Life Magic? That's what we're about. And for the month of November, you can join us for a special It's Our Birthday rate of $9. Yeah, you heard that correct. $9. Look, I pendulumed this, friends. I was like, really? I'm going to offer that for $9? All that value for $9? The pendulum said yes. And so I was like, okay, we're going to follow that magic. That's the choice we're making. I'm going to put a link down below where you can tap that and you're in. The whole month of November, so much birthday magic is happening inside the Big Life Magic Makers for the month of November. If I was you, I'd make the choice to jump on in. The other thing that's happening throughout the month is new moon is the official birthday of Big Life Magic. So this new moon, which will be Wednesday, it's actually on a Monday, but on Wednesday, November 15th, I'm going to be launching a brand new live show called You Are the Magic, where every Wednesday at noon, I'm going to be here sharing some stories and some magic activations so that we can be in this practical magic of being with the woo and the how to the woo. That's going to be launching on Wednesday the 15th. Stay tuned for that. And then as we move deeper into November beyond that launch, there is a massive opportunity for you to tap into your magic, but I'm just going to leave that right there. So now, today, if you are not already a member of the Big Life Magic Makers, please join us. Be with us for our birthday month and maybe months beyond. You could make that choice right now. But for whatever you are tuning into, whatever's active for you in your magic or in your lessons, in the choices that you're making, I just wish to remind you that you are the magic, that you can make choices that work for you, that bring you further into the possibilities for your own life and what you want to create. Because not only are you the magic, you are the creator of your Big Life Magic. It's been my absolute delight to spend story time with you. I will be tuning back in and sharing birthday magic all month long. If there's a particular choice that you're going to make, whether it's a trick or a treat, feel free to share it in the comments. I love to hear magic stories. Thank you for making the choice to tune in here with me. Happy November. Let's send some love to the whole world. The world needs extra magic and love now, so sending that now across all ethers and channels. Send the love, share the love, be the love. You are the magic. It's been my delight to be your magical guide and storyteller today. I will see you soon, somewhere in the magical playground. Big love.